This content contains voices and images generated with artificial intelligence for the strict purposes of satire and entertainment. It does not represent the individuals depicted and contains no political messaging or bias. Viewer discretion is advised.
Greetings, loyal viewers. Today is the day we've been waiting for, the addition of our first batch of modded monsters. I'm here with one of the Older Workers Benefit Protection Act beneficiaries, Joe Biden, and America's most famous DEI hire, Barack Obama.
If I had run against you in 2016, I would have beaten you so badly the RNC wouldn't have even considered you for the nomination in 2024. You had minor league opponents and still managed to lose one of the 3 presidential elections you participated in. Find a mirror, take a long, hard look at it, and what you will find staring back at you is a fraud.
Damn, Obama, you didn't even let him talk about his team or anything, just laid his ass out on sight.
Whatever, it was an okay dig at best. Definitely not as good as some of mine, but anyway, we have our first new encounter, the Callous Shriekling. From the back line, it can advance forward with Wing Slam, possibly inflicting the dazzled effect on a hero, causing them to shuffle or become stunned. Horrid Shriek is a frontline stress attack that annoyingly causes disease pretty frequently. Some interesting things can happen with that attack dead meat that we will touch on later, and no, it isn't in reference to Joe. I thought that at first too.
This monster is courtesy of Koala's Creature Collection. It has a somewhat hidden interaction where if you avoid attacking them for several turns, they will fly away from battle and possibly drop a trinket. Pretty neat. Leaving them alive for multiple turns, however, can be annoying if they are spamming Horrid Shriek or shuffling your team frequently, so you have to make sure you're prepared to take the hit.
I won't bother with that for now, given the team I'm running. The Practitioner is here to snag loot, stun, and heal. We know the Blackguard is a monster, and Big Hat Logan in the back proved his worth by getting a Virtue in his first mission a few episodes ago. The newcomer is a Reaver, sort of a mashup of the Brigand Fusilier and Brigand Cutthroat enemies, primarily serving as a backline damage dealer.
Yeah, he has great upfront damage with aimed shot, can cleave 2 through 4 and cause bleeding with buckshot, and de-stealth and buff himself with expose. Interestingly, he has 2 different ripostes. Return Fire is a back 2 attack that provides shuffle protection and hits a random target, and Cowering Fire guards an ally and activates riposte, but only lasts 1 turn, and can only be used from rank 4.
That melee attack is stand and deliver, usable from ranks 1 through 3, and can hit enemy 1 or 2. Notably, it causes bleed and debuffs protection, so it's fantastic for taking down tough frontline tanks in the Weald and Warrens.
Yeah, this guy isn't flashy, but there's something to be said for good, straightforward fun, and he has that in spades. I like starting matches in rank 2, using Return Fire to retreat to 4 and activate riposte, then use Cowering Fire to guard riposte combo if anyone gets low on HP. Kinda neat to have a primarily ranged hero that guards from rank 4, like, instead of falling back like you'd think most range classes would, he can step forward and put himself in between an injured teammate and a horde of eldritch monsters and just start blasting like Danny DeVito.
Seems pretty cool. Unfortunately, he came with the Yips negative quirk, so his accuracy is suffering so far. Hopefully we can find an Eldritch Altar and clear it before it gets locked in.
Thankfully, we've had pretty good luck with quirks so far overall. Generally, in the early game, I prioritize heroes with quirks. I consider top tier. I cannot understate how incredible ones like Tranquil Mind, Gifted, and Luminous are, and it hurts my soul a little to invest time in a hero with lame quirks, only to have one of that same class pop up in the Stagecoach the next week with Hot to Trot or On Guard. As things progress, we can be more open to using heroes simply because we haven't used them yet, or they fill a niche we need, regardless of starting quirks. But for now, our time needs to be spent bolstering the heroes that already have powerful quirks.
Yep, we built up a strong foundation for our roster over the first 6 episodes. We aren't too far off from getting our guild and blacksmith to level 2, so we can unlock experienced recruits in the Stagecoach and start getting some level 1 heroes right off the rip. This is big for us, especially with the addition of modded monsters, since it's no longer safe to just throw a team of mostly level 0s at a Ruins mission to level them up. I've fought ectomorphs before, and they are not to be trifled with.
Yeah. Their models and attacks look insane also. I'm a huge fan of that monster faction.
Hey, don't mean to interrupt, but there's the Eldritch Altar I was hoping for. Maybe I really am a witch. Or maybe all those hippie lifestyle influencers are right about the power of manifesting the things you want. I wonder what else I could wish into existence. Let's see. I predict a couple of young lasses with ice cream cones will appear.
I'm going to stop you right there because I wanted to say thank you to the folks who have subscribed to our channel. The fact that there are some folks out there who enjoy hanging out with us while we play video games and goof off is pretty damn cool, and our editor loves responding to your questions and comments. The channel is slowly growing with each video, and we couldn't be more proud of that.
I don't normally engage with wholesomeness, but Obama's right. Feel free to recommend mods to us, whether it's heroes or monsters or regions or quality of life improvements, whatever you feel compelled to mention. We will look it over and possibly add it for the run. We've added in a couple of mod heroes that were recommended to us by Man of God 413, and we eagerly anticipate them appearing in our stagecoach. It hadn't occurred to me that the town events for the new monster packs would appear first before immediate hero recruitment events, so we haven't gotten those heroes to appear just yet, but they will get their flowers as soon as we can acquire them and reasonably fit them into a team.
I swear, it's like the Blackguard gets plus 10,000 crit chance on the last monster in a party. One of these days, I'm hitting a dark run to try this guy out. I'm so confident. After I schooled you two bozos the first 2 turns through the order, and not even Donald Trump will be able to hand wave and insult his way out of the devastation he will feel. If I prove publicly that I'm not only better than him at Darkest Dungeon, I'm better than him at his own goddamn playstyle. Mark your calendars, folks. About to embarrass this fool so bad that his hairpiece becomes sentient and hops off of his head of its own free will because it cannot bear to be seen atop the dome of such a limp-dicked disappointment.
God damn, Joe, what the hell is wrong with you? We were just being wholesome like 20 seconds ago and you come out of left field with that shit.
I'll deal with him after I mention the size 2 offensive support monster, the Fungal Stag, a Koalas Creature Collection Edition. A bit more frail than other size 2 monsters, but it can mark and debuff for more damage received, a nasty combination. Savage Maul is very dangerous against marked targets, and it also comes packing 2 buff skills to bolster its teammates' stats, and starting in veteran dungeons, it has a brutal pull 3 attack that can really screw up your positioning.
Awesome art, too. Very intimidating.
It has some protection and respectable resists to mitigate the low HP, some also. But back to Joe. Look, here you mash, potato-brained career politician that got taken out behind the barn and shot by his own political party, not even out of mercy, but out of fear. You'd continue making a mockery of them. You've been getting real mouthy lately in your stupid ass raps and about my daughters and my gameplay and the luck you've had in the early game, and I'm not going to keep tolerating it. I'm about to put you in an old folks home and never visit you, I swear to God.
Oh no, Donnie, not an old folks home. Please, anything but that. The nurses are mean, the food sucks, nobody ever visits, and there's always a psychic cat that knows when someone is going to sleep for good. I'll be better, I promise. Look, I binged edibles really hard this past week with Kamala, and I always get really grumpy after a bender. I promise to only talk about plowing the women in your family all day until the cows come home in my raps, where it is still socially acceptable.
Fine, whatever. This camp out, we are letting the practitioner scrounge up some artifacts and do some palm reading to reduce stress taken and increase virtue chance, while the wizard buffs scouting and prevents nighttime ambush, and the blackguard buffs his own offenses. No more bullshit from you until we get out of the wheel, Joe.
Say, fellas, we managed to figure out what happened to Kamala last week, but we haven't seen or heard from George since episode 4. Didn't he say something in that episode about how he was glad we didn't do a bunch of bullshit side missions and came looking for him right away when we saved him from the ectoplasm? Well, you know, doesn't it feel like we should be more worried and maybe go look for him?
Isn't that why we are here this week? I've been looking at least. I haven't seen any jet fuel, steel-type Pokemon, or classified documents anywhere so far.
Yep, definitely, totally, for sure. We are here to look for George, not just because we need to stack deeds as quickly as possible, right?
Well, rest in peace, Georgie. I guess I'll return your birthday present. It's a set of dominoes with doors and windows painted on them to look like skyscrapers, and I just know knocking down those buildings would have really brightened your day. I hope heaven has all the barrels of oil, Texas Roadhouse, and foreign war your heart desires.
I'm sure he's fine, but I just pulled the Aria box from the Madman, which reduces stress, taken 25%. This is best used when training up level 0 heroes, since it offsets the stress penalty they take. I'm glad we got it early for when we train up some newbies here soon. I don't end up using it much late game, since generally it's better to use offensive trinkets to defeat enemies quickly before you take stress to begin with.
I don't think I've ever taken a crit from a maggot in high light. It's crazy how much of an effect low light has on enemy accuracy, damage, and critical rates, especially on Blood Moon at black as pitch or 0 light. Monsters get 12.5% accuracy, 30% damage, and 6% critical hit rate buffs. The numbers are a fair bit lower as long as you have at least 1 light, sitting at 10 accuracy, 17.5% damage, and 3.5% crit, but still, pretty significant buffs.
Donald, you better watch it. Your Reaver got stunned and marked by spider webs, then took a crit spit from the green spider, and then that weird frogman threw up all over him. Damn, that was gross. I'd be stressing out, too.
Yeah, this is getting away from you a bit here, Donald. You good?
Oh, no way. way he passes another resolve check. Quick, start encouraging him so he doesn't hit 100 stress. Let's see here, Donald. The first 100 days of your presidency has been... Wait, that's not going to work. Oh, how about this? Donald, it's almost summertime, so your spray tan will at least look seasonally festive. Well, maybe that's not the ticket either.
Joe, a part of me hopes I fail the check and get the abusive affliction and go viral for the second time in 2 weeks after I video myself breaking your goddamn legs and throw you into the cove at high tide and leave you to fend for yourself. The frogman enemy I just took out is the pelagic hybrid, a one-off monster mod from Dem22. He appears here and there in any region, has a blight and stress attack that can sometimes hit multiple ranks, and a melee bash that can move a hero back one and potentially out of position. Not as dangerous as some other modded monsters, but if a touch of consumption crits, the extra long blight duration and additional stress on top of the base stress it already deals can really be a pain.
I'm glad you don't have any torches because it looked like you were considering that Shambler altar a minute ago.
Not with a level 0. The dicey stress levels and a team that doesn't handle shuffle all that well aside from the Reaver. I'll get his ass later on.
This is a worst-case scenario mash for you, given the stress levels have climbed for multiple heroes. Crazy part is this mash gets even worse in veteran dungeons, when stressful incantation starts marking targets that the stag can then level with Savage Maul.
Yeah, that miss from Call to the Grave was painful. Just being realistic, Donnie, I think you're going to end up with a resolve check or two here. But before it happens, listen to me for a second. This is the last mandatory battle of this dungeon. There's no reason to worry here. The squad's HP levels are great. The gold from this mission will be solid, so we can stress heal them in the hamlet with plenty left over. And I see a nice stack of heirlooms. It's going to be fine. There's no need to crash out and leave Joe to drown in the cove.
Yeah, you're probably right. Let's see what happens.
The walls close in. The shadows whisper of conspiracy.
Yeah, too bad the stress heal would have been clutch. Let's see if I can make it out without a second affliction. Thanks for the pep talk, Barack. Hopefully we come across some more accuracy trinkets soon to sure up some of these misses.
Man, those Ancestor voice lines go so hard. Rest in peace, Wayne June. Your performance as the Ancestor is truly iconic.
Full stop. One of the best to ever do it.
Can't even imagine this game without his performance. What a Giga Chad.
Hey, off topic, but do you guys ever wonder what goes on in the hamlet while we are gone on adventures?
No, I've never eaten another person alive before. Damn, what an insane way to start a conversation. But if you're hungry, you should definitely, probably should try one of these brownies. Let's get baked and stare at all the trippy color of madness trinkets.
Not particularly. I mean, as someone with undeniable main character energy, I just assume most people are NPCs that just stand around mindlessly until I interact with them.
You are the NPC, Donald. Ilon's the president, and you are a sock puppet. His arm is so far up your ass if he snapped it would tickle your throat.
Whatever. I got the Scrying Bowl for the Druid for bonus scouting chance and some surprise chance reduction, 22k gold, and a bunch of heirlooms. Plus hot to trot on the practitioner. Going to be useful when we take him to the Sunward Isles to burn down yokai with combusting talisman.
Never had a practitioner with damage-oriented quirks. Gonna be interesting to try out.
Oh man, these trinkets are so shiny, it's almost like seeing them massages my brain, you know? But hey, the guys are back. I gotta tell them something important. We will kick it later, all right?
Oh, God damn it. I was hoping she'd be in a THC coma when we got here.
I think we need to check out the cove. Hunter said his friends never made it back from dropping me off. And if it's not safe to make deliveries, then he can't send me any more brownies, you know? I'm sure you understand this is the most important issue facing the hamlet right this very moment, right?
George is missing, and you want us to help your plug. Do you hear yourself right now?
Shut up so I can do the stagecoach. First is a privateer with blacksmith for cheap upgrades. Pretty cool class. Next is an Alwing, the resident Batman cosplayer. Poor quirks though. The Voivode got kleptomaniac. Dang poor luck so far. Well, at least the Sunlight Warrior has both. Eldritch and Mankind Slayer, a pretty solid start for him. Unfortunately, the Occultist has junk quirks. I really hope we get a good one soon. I miss using the one true god of rank 2.
So we are going to look for Hunter's friends, right? We can ask the Clintons for help. If I get cut off cold turkey, I will crash out and burn this shithole to the ground.
Fine, but only because we already went to the Weald this week.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm running the Hedge Knight rank 1 for cleaves and guard breaks with the Caution Cloak for scouting and Hand Axe for bleed. The Forlorn has multiple cleaves and bleed to synergize with the Hedge Knight, and a pull 3 skill entangle to harass Pelagic Shaman. The Exorcist deals bonus damage to Eldritch monsters and has Cove Tactician, and finally the always boring but usually reliable Vestal, hiding out in rank 4.
You slandered the Vestal in our vanilla hero tier list, and yet you've used her several times in these videos You wouldn't be anything if you weren't a hypocrite.
Joe, is it not kind of weird for you that Kamala has befriended the hexer that she bought a Joe Biden voodoo doll from during your presidency? You were practically QAnon a couple episodes ago, and you can't read between the lines on how this situation might not be to your favor?
Hadn't occurred to me honestly.
You two are idiots. And what the hell are these Japanese tentacle porn creatures? I want to go back to the Hamlet. I'm not high enough to deal with this shit.
These are from Action Jack's Unleashing the Kraken mod. The eye from the depths is a stress dealer, while the giant tentacles can pull, stress, and stun.
I'll give you 3 guesses on what happened to the guys who dropped you off here, Kamala.
I wonder how the Clintons are doing.
Oh, yeah, why don't we just have Kamala ask the 2016 presidential election runner-up to take care of this for us?
Hillary would probably say something about how it's totally beneath her to be asked to kill a giant eldritch tentacle monster, then pull out the M920 Kane from Mass Effect or the BFG from Doom to blow a giant ass hole in it, crawl inside and feast on its raw, still gently beating heart while mercilessly degrading her husband's manhood and knifing herself like Vicky from Terrifier.
Gotta be one of the most difficult things to watch that I've ever seen on a movie screen.
Wait, guys, we can't call Hillary here. What if she's protecting Bill from the monster right now? And if we call her here, well, then Bill would be defenseless?
Okay, fine. Can't believe Kamala's the voice of reason. Anyway, this battle really showed how the Forlorn can control the battlefield. Entangle pulled the first shaman to rank 1 to neuter its ability to cast Stress Wave, and he took the other out with a Whiplash crit, followed up by the Hedge Knight cleaning up the Pelagic Hybrid with Round Swing, and this Guardian is free eats.
Off to a good start so far, Little D.
Runner-up says what?
What?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm thrilled to see an Eerie Coral will use it on the Vestal since she has a couple bad negative quirks. I was hoping it would clear her locked egomania quirk, but I'll take the clear all the same.
Did you just step on a scouted trap? And didn't you do that in episode 1 also? You might as well stop using scouting trinkets since your fat ass takes up damn near the entire width of these hallways. You're bound to still hit the trap anyway, even if you already know where it is.
I think it has more to do with him playing low light. If you aren't keeping your eyes glued to your map, it's pretty easy to miss a trap because it's hard to see it on the screen in the dark. Though I do agree it's hilarious that Donald is the only one to commit this blunder so far.
He's just good enough to survive dark expeditions so he doesn't tank our run, but he has just enough of a skill issue that we can still clown on him for dumbass mistakes. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Editor, I demand we see a Republican in our next video. Getting triple teamed by demo hacks every episode has really started to grind my gears.
Hey, look, great find there, Donald. The cherished keepsake is from the Pelagic Hybrid. It provides 10% protection, stress taken reduction, and a chance to AoE stress heal the party when the wearer kills a monster. Very nice on offensive support, guarding, or riposting heroes.
Wait, is that a beer?
Let me sniff it. Oh my god, it's lean. I love lean. Down the hatch.
Let me try some. I'm low on brownies. I'm fiending over here.
You guys found a discarded spiked beverage of unknown origin in a cove full of slimy tentacle monsters, and without a second thought, you gulped it down?
How the hell am I, a Nepo Baby reality TV star, the most normal one of the group? But anyway, here we have a Skullug, another Unleashing the Kraken edition. I personally hate these damn things. They have high protection, a permanent riposte, and their attack, Fear of Crimson Tide, deals tons of stress damage when it crits. Really aggravating little buggers.
You're probably packing armor piercing or dots in the cove, so it's likely you have what you need already to deal with them. Just do it quickly before Fear of Crimson Tide crits.
Oh man, I am so completely toasted.
Lil Wayne was really onto something with this shit. What's a girl gotta do to get a styrofoam cup?
I hope we find George soon so we can take him with us and lock you two in the Hamlet Rehab Center.
And the Joy Behar cosplayer in rank 2 is the Corrupted Bosun, courtesy of Koala's Creature Collection. It has a heal, Cure O' the Sea, a stress attack, an enemy team accuracy buff, invigorating tune, and can cause the pelagic plague disease with taint.
Hold the goddamn phone. This monster causes a disease by using its... what?
You said we weren't using any explicit mods for this run. And in episode 7, you have a fishy monster attacking us with its taint?
Taint. A verb meaning to affect or associate with something undesirable or reprehensible, such as Donald Trump. To expose to an infectious agent, toxin, or undesirable substance, like a cocktail from Bill Cosby. To subject to decay or putrefaction, such as the mind and body of Joe Biden. Please, for the love of God, stay off of Urban Dictionary. We do not engage in potty humor on this channel.
Joe said glory hole, like 10 damn minutes into episode 1. Don't bother clutching your pearls now, Obama. But back to mods. Koala's Creature Collection brings us the Sodden Sharpshooter, a very dangerous gunner with high damage output and additional attacks and effects if teamed with Corrupted Bosun, Drowned Thralls, or Squiffy Gast. From the backline, they use Way Anchor to move forward too, and buff accuracy and critical rate. Up close, they can deal heavy damage with Blowdown. You definitely do not want to eat one of those, especially after the buffs from Way Anchor. Use stuns and move skills to keep the Sharpshooter out of ranks 1 or 2, if at all possible.
Yeah, and the extra actions he gets when paired with certain monsters bolsters his stats and damage output to very dangerous levels. We will dig into those extra actions and buffs when we face those particular combos.
I'm getting the spins. I think I drank too much. Guys, I gotta lay down or I might yak.
Everything is moving in slow motion.
Donald, finish this and let's camp out for the night. I think these two need to sleep it off.
Yeah, all right. You two walking Narcan advertisements get some rest.
Together, furtive and vulnerable. Rats in a maze.
Well, that didn't take long. I wonder what Gore is up to back in the Hamlet.
Oh boy, a package for me. I'm so excited. I sure hope this isn't another. Oh, son of a bitch. Donald, I'm going to get you, you stupid orange mother.
I literally couldn't care less about that guy. Anyway, our exorcist is going to prevent nighttime ambushes so our strung-out companions can sleep it off. Rallying Sermon will boost our speed and accuracy with some extra buffs for the Vestal for being religious. And finally, the Forlorn will bolster the exorcist's speed and damage and provide stress-taken reduction with Hunter's Pride.
Wait, did you say Hunter? Please say he's here with the goods.
No, Kamala, go to sleep.
And now wake up. 8 hours went by in the blink of an eye, exactly like in real life, and we are thrown right back to work before we even get our bearings with a hall battle against a grouper, bosun, and shaman. Red Hook really went for realism with the sleep mechanics in this game, didn't they?
Just like in real life. Since it's a weekday, I don't wake up refreshed at all and feel like I can sleep until 3 p.m. But wait until it's Saturday and I can sleep however long I want. And for some reason, my flesh prison wakes me up naturally, bright and early, at 7 a.m.
Hair of the Sea Dog is the cure for the pelagic plague that heroes can contract from the new Cove monsters in Koala's Creature Collection. It's dropped by the Siren and rarely by Bosun. The plague can also be cured in the sanitarium after Veteran or Champion Siren, depending on how far you've let the disease progress. The plague boosts speed, damage, and bleed resist at the cost of max HP, blight resist, and stress taken.
Nice job on that secret room, Donald. Eustace's head bolsters the healing of our restoration-focused heroes. Great pull. But man, I could use some hair of the dog right now to chase this hangover away. I wish we could find whoever was drinking that lean and see if they have some more.
I also really want to find that guy, just not for the same crack-headed reasons as you.
Fellas, oh man, I'm so thrilled to see you all. And Kamala too.
Bill, what the hell are you doing here?
If it isn't bad boy Billy C., how's it hanging, you freaky old horn dog?
A little to the left, you feel me?
Stop reminding me this series is inundated with Democrats and nobody wants to, quote, feel you, you goddamn sex pest.
I was acquitted. You were convicted. Sounds like a textbook skill issue to me. But look, there's a giant tentacle monster attacking ships in the cove. I spent some time weighing the pros and cons of smashing or passing, but I ultimately decided to pass. My wife is running interference on one of Pelosi's hit squads to protect Kamala, so she can't help us take it down. Follow me, guys. The monster is this way.
Just adjusting skill sets for AoE damage to keep the tentacles under control. Here we go, folks. The first modded boss of our run.
A mass of tentacles and rapacious maw.
Oh, it's so slimy gross.
Yummy.
Good grief, Bill, did you really say you had to weigh the pros and cons of smashing or passing on this thing? What in the ever-loving hell were the pros to smashing?
Don't you dare answer that question.
The Kraken boss isn't too difficult the first go round. It has high protection to start, and you have to alternate striking the Kraken and its tentacles to reduce their protection so you can take them out. Or use cleaves to do both at once. The tentacles are easy to clear, but have disruptive attacks like pulls and stuns, so you want to limit their actions as much as you can.
The key here is to keep the number of tentacles under control so they can't disrupt your party, and don't allow the Kraken to reach rank 4 where it can heal itself. You also have to watch out for its dangerous attack Unleashing, which can target multiple ranks and crits for some pretty serious damage.
Doesn't seem too difficult, kinda like a mashup of the Necromancer and Crocodilian bosses. It summons adds you have to crowd control like the Necromancer, and has a very dangerous attack that is very position dependent, so managing its positioning is key like the Crocodilian.
As with all of the Action Jack bosses we've added, the apprentice level encounter is a good bit easier than on Veteran and Champion. I've gotten hammered by this thing in a Champion mission on my first modded estate. Generally they aren't too tough though. Fun and thematic, a good entry-level modded boss.
Man, that unleashing critical was brutal. No way Hunter's boys survived an attack from this thing. Well, maybe the drugs will wash up on shore, you know? Let me know if you come across any, Bill.
Sure thing, so long as you share.
Definitely.
Great work taking down this boss, Donald. We should probably get someone to clean up the corpse before Bill starts contemplating switching it to Smash, since it can't eat him anymore.
On the contrary, the danger was the whole appeal. I don't care about it anymore.
I'm too old to have this many degenerate friends, I swear to God.
Well, at least Joe isn't the only one with a boss kill anymore. With the apprentice cracking down the cove should be safe for the moment. Hopefully this buys us some goodwill with Bill's worse half.
I'm headed back to my shack. Thanks for the help, everyone. I'll visit you in the hamlet soon.
Stay safe, Billy. See you later.
Damn man, awful post-mission quirks again.
Yeah, bad luck. We have to clear off guard on the Exorcist as soon as possible.
Maybe the stagecoach will be more kind to us. We need to get some new prospects with good quirks so we can branch out on our team building a little.
Hey, Hunter, the coast is clear. Let me get a shipment, playa.
Hey there, son. Daddy is so proud of you.
Jesus Christ, glazing your son for drugs is low even for you.
I'm surrounded by idiots. The stagecoach brought us a prefect with precise striker. Not bad, since the ruler has high critical rates to begin with. The acolyte of the sun has advanced medical training, just amazing on a healer. The falconer has eagle eye, a great quirk for a dedicated ranged set. And finally, the phlebotomist, an interesting bleed-centric offensive support unit, has Mithridatic, a pretty great quirk for her since her blight resist is low.
Well, that wraps it up for the first episode with Mod Monsters. We hope you had a great time, and there's many more to come over the next few weeks.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below if there are any mods you'd like to see incorporated into this run.
Tell a friend who might enjoy the series, and check out the boys' Vanilla Hero tier list and Mod Hero Showcase shorts.
It's Big B Obama's turn to go boss hunting next episode, baby. We hope you passed all of your resolve checks this week, and we will see you next time.
Nothing left to do now but work on my tan for the ladies. Wait a minute, what's that sound? It's coming from the water, I think. Wait a minute. Oh my God, what in the fresh hell is that thing?
Welcome, everyone, to Episode 8 of President's Play Darkest Dungeon. Big B Obama is back in control alongside a Force Ghost and the stale, crusty sock from the back of Elon Musk's dresser. How are we doing today, gentlemen?
Here you're wrong, and everything between Elon and I is strictly professional. Or you're right, which would make you a bigot for ridiculing me. Checkmate, liberals.
You had a chance to deny it, and you didn't. No do-overs.
Oh, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and stop being such a snowflake. We are heading to the Weald this week for our first Caregivers Convention mission with a team of Reynald, a practitioner who we really need to rename Kanye West, Solaire the Sunlight Warrior, and newcomer, the Acolyte of the Sun, who has advanced medical training and who we really need to rename Gwendolyn.
The Acolyte of the Sun is an interesting backline sharpshooter who can dole out decent damage, some healing and restoration, and summon a mirage on the enemy side of the field. It pains me a bit that Dark Sun Arrow can't hit rank 2, and Vengeful Covenant is something I typically avoid for balance reasons, but there's a lot to like with this mod class.
Showing off the luck stat boosts here, our practitioner has +4 to his accuracy, dodge, crit, and resists, thanks to that trinket from the Order of Sunlight mod.
Thanks, Joe. And I agree, Donald. Dark Sun Arrow not being able to hit rank 2 feels a bit limiting. But ultimately, this class performs well by sniping backliners the first turn or two, then switching to support and restoration skills while your other heroes clean up the front ranks. Gwendolyn here primarily heals through Regenerate's AoE restoration, but can also pull heroes off of Death's Door with the small heal from Concentrated Regeneration, while also forcing the entire party's restoration onto a single hero.
The Mirage summon is pretty cool, kind of like Algernon the Lab Rat from The Alchemist. It requires an open slot in the enemy party and either blights enemies or gives a hero restoration. If your heroes attack the Mirage, they also get restoration, which works really great for heroes with cleaves, since they can grab restoration from the Mirage and attack enemies as well, all in a single attack.
Already camping, Obama?
Getting it out of the way to clear some inventory space. Caregivers Convention requires you to grab 3 packs of medicine, which limits your inventory space for supplies and loot, but the payoff is amazing. A week of free sanitarium usage for however many slots you have unlocked is incredible, and could save tens of thousands of gold if you're maximizing your savings by locking your best quirks and clearing locked-in negative quirks, which are very expensive to remove normally.
Guys, I'm really worried about George. Trying not to panic. But where the hell is George? He's missed our Elden Ring play date for like an entire month.
Yeah, I was hoping to just ignore this problem like I do my approval ratings, but this really isn't looking good. We last saw him way back in episode 4. I kind of feel bad for letting Stoner Kamala talk me into going to the Cove last week, but I couldn't hit the Weald for both of my missions on the Mod Monster debut episode. Someone has to think about the content around here.
Oh, I'm sure Laura Bush will totally understand when we have to tell her we were more negligent than Casey Anthony and let George get eaten by ectoplasms. But don't worry, we did it all for the content. That'll go over just so great.
Hold that thought, Joe. Look at the map with me real fast.
Oh my God, no way. Do you think he's realized yet?
I just said the content is more important than George's life. And he didn't react at all, didn't get all self-righteous, didn't insult me. He definitely knows he's cooked in front of everyone on YouTube.
Bro fell victim to one of the classic blunders. Say, Donnie, do you think we can officially say Obama's the worst of the three of us at this game? I've been whipping this game's ass like I'm Chris Brown, and you've done every mission in the dark. What's Obama done so far?
0 boss kills, 0 secret rooms, 0 rare trinkets, and 0 bitches.
The B in Big B Obama must stand for blind. He just walked right past it.
It's going to stand for bitter little bitch after this video is uploaded and our viewers obliterate him in the comments. Let him have it, folks. Give him the character development smackdown he deserves for this.
He's going to cope so goddamn hard and try to say he was throwing for content. But we all know that's bullshit. Look, Donnie, when Obama hits 100 stress and gets the fraud affliction, I'll just take over for the rest of this episode. He's going to need both his hands to be free to hold this giant ass L.
The prism of the Sunbringer trinket is from the Acolyte of the Sun, boosting dodge and scouting at high light while reducing the torch burn rate. Well, he's definitely realized by now. How you doing over there, Fraudbama?
Put your damn phone down. You can't bribe our editor to skip over this mission. That's malarkey.
He's pleading the fifth like I did hundreds of times in my court cases. Fraudbama, you do in fact have the rights to remain silent. Anything you say can and most definitely will be used against you in the court of this video's comment section.
You have the right to cope and seethe, but if you'd prefer to mauled, time to do so will be appointed to you by the state.
Rip Bozo, you fell off. Mad cause bad, noob alert, get good, skill issue.
Hey Takashi boy, do I have the tea for you today?
Oh my God, he just allowed reinforcements from stalling. This just keeps getting better and better.
Obama forgot to pick up the third medicine for caregivers convention. It's on the opposite side of the dungeon, and now he's doing the walk of shame like Cersei Lannister. Shame, 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 shame.
The both of you.
Wow, are you kidding me?
So uncalled for, bro. You took it too far.
The first F-bomb on our channel goes to Barack Obama. Everyone, not the well-spoken and poised leader you guys thought he was. Eh?
All of Donald's tariffs have made it nearly impossible to get explosives shipped to the hamlet, and Obama's feeding to see something, anything go kaboom, that he decided to blow up his own reputation.
Okay, that's enough from the peanut gallery. I let you two dipshits have your fun, and yes, I did forget to pick up the medicine, rookie mistake. But have either of you bothered to check the scoreboard? All those extra battles netted us a few more deeds and portraits and about 1,000 more gold, with hardly any additional stress.
A clown who juggles well is still a clown.
At least Reynald got the Hardy quirk. I guess he benefited from all the endurance training he got from carrying Obama around on his back, all mission, like Jack and Daxter.
Damn, that's a throwback and a half, Joe.
I'd just like to draw your attention to the blacksmith. Remember those extra deeds I got after my little misstep? It was the exact amount I needed for level 2 armor smithing, which means we can also pick up experienced recruits rank 1. The Fraudbama arc is canceled. No refunds will be given.
Quiet, Barack. No one cares. We finally got Cuppy in the stagecoach this week.
The hell's a cuppy?
Oh my God, I recognize that odor anywhere. This is the guy who made that lean Kamala I drank last week. Whoever said don't meet your heroes should be the first one of the 100 men we send to fight the gorilla. Because he's an idiot. It is an honor and a privilege to meet you, Sir Cuppington.
Shout out to Man of God 413, who asked us all the way back in episode 2 if we'd be interested in trying the Cuppy Hero mod he recently released. He described the class as an imp who uses the power of lean and can get your other characters drunk. And if that wasn't already enough of a reason to say yes, the artist Livel did some wild work with the animations, and the skill design and drunken quirks and diseases looked fun also.
Obama, let me be the first to use him next week. I'm going to see if I can get him to do a cameo in my Orange Man Bad music video.
Oh my God, it's really Cuppy. I'm fangirling so much right now. Hell yeah, let's go to the bar and party. There's nothing else to do in small towns anyway except drink, am I right?
You kids have fun. Save some lean for me.
Surprise, bitch.
God damn it, I peed a little. This was a fresh diaper.
Hillary, are you trying to kill Joe?
Nah. Guy already looks like he French kissed a Dementor. Nothing I could do to him would be worse.
To what do we owe the terror of this visit, O vile and abhorrent one?
To the surprise of absolutely no one, Bill has run off again. He probably just saw the way pelagic hybrids hawk Tua all over your heroes and tried to follow one home, but I've had a long week taking out Pelosi's hit squads to protect Kamala since you Neanderthals accidentally ratted her out due to not having 2 brain cells to rub together between the 3 of you, and I really don't have the patience to find him, okay? So I'm farming this out to you. Who is in charge this week?
It's my turn, oh atrocious one.
Has the Fraud Bama arc begun yet?
Remains to be seen. He forgot to pick up the third medicine pouch for Caregivers Convention like a noob, but got lucky and it worked out for him in the end. I wouldn't get your hopes up.
Hope is just the opium of the masses. It's nothing more than a carrot the mighty dangle, so the misbegotten keep marching on like mules. I have no use for it.
God damn, I do so humbly request that you save a little aura for the rest of us, O tyrannical one.
Request denied.
My lofty position wasn't always accompanied by the fear of office. And there was a time when I could walk the streets or raise a glass in the tavern without concern for molestation. Faithful as the tide, one precocious village waif made it her hobby to shadow my every errand. It was charming then, troublesome later. I always wondered what became of the unfortunate little waif.
Too bad the ancestor and I didn't meet before all this. Imagine all the horrifying things we could have done if we had worked together.
And people really tried to say that I was the Antichrist back in 2008, unaware that Lilith herself would run for president just 8 short years later.
Hey Hillary, vanguard of our destruction. I was just wondering why you couldn't just call up all your horror movie icon friends and have them come down here and help clear out all these monsters. Between our heroes, you, and a bunch of bloodthirsty psychopaths, I don't really think the ancestor stands a chance.
I told you in episode 6, I am on vacation. Besides, you guys are playing on Blood Moon for the challenge, right? Well, what's the point in playing on hard mode if you're just going to have me waltz in and 360 no scope the Heart of Darkness for you?
We respect vacation time and work-life balance on this channel, and thank you for considering the content.
Speaking of content, that's almost 8 minutes of clowning around. Let's look at my team for this second mission. Well, if that's okay with you, Hillary.
Yeah, do whatever you want. I don't care.
The goal with this team was to take heroes who have low damage stuns and who can still function from the back line if they get charmed and then released by the siren.
Hold the goddamn phone. Barack, did you just step on a scouted trap?
Yeah, after your little quips last week when I did it in the dark, you turn around the following episode and do it at 85 light. The Fraud Bangma arc is back on, everybody. Bill's doomed to be a beta cuck simp for the siren for all of eternity.
I don't understand, Donald. That's already how it is right now.
Did you say there's a siren? Oh, you have got to be shitting me.
Yeah, we didn't want to say anything, but considering this is Bill we are talking about, this is the most likely place for him to be, you know? But anyway, the ghostly pirate is from the Unleashing the Kraken mod. These things are a gigantic pain in the ass. They have massive resistance to dots, stuns, and moves, being only susceptible to debuffs. Their dodge ramps up with each attack, which can turn them into RNG nightmares if you let them stack buffs. Black Flag causes horror and is a brutal stress attack when it crits, but I do like the addition of a monster that hard counters Blight and stun-focused Plague Doctors to the Cove, so she doesn't just trample over them like she does just about everything else here.
I like it overall also, but I do hate the stacking dodge buff. For some reason, if it takes me 8 attacks to kill a single monster because I missed it several times, that is infinitely more annoying than if it had taken 8 attacks to kill that monster because it is tanky or has lifesteal, or I'm having to spend actions healing off their high damage output. I can't really explain why, but I think some folks will know what I'm saying. Stacking dodge is probably my least favorite option for a ramping bonus intended to create urgency.
The fact it takes a tailor-made counter to even begin to slow down the Plague Doctor is more evidence she was the easiest S tier in our vanilla hero tier list. When are we going to finish up part 2?
It'll probably be another few weeks. There's a few other side videos in the works as well, and this series is the primary focus. So spin-off content will be a good bit slower to release so we can stay on schedule.
For all the haters out there, my team is doing very well so far. Between the Plague Doctor's crowd control and Blight, the Banished Hunter dealing tons of damage with the Crescendo box, the Alchemist's healing and ability to reach every enemy rank, and the Sunlight Warrior dishing out supplemental damage and stuns, we are looking great. After this next room battle, we will camp out and prepare for the boss fight, and hopefully we can take her down without having to smoke Bill in the process.
Better make it quick. If he's charmed into attacking me, it would be the best excuse I could ever ask for to scalp him and pour salt and bleach directly onto his exposed brain, like I'm Art the Clown, you know? In self-defense, of course.
Please just let us handle this. You're on vacation, remember?
Ooh, Joe, you silly goose. Calmly and peacefully hacking Bill in half with a machete like it's bone tomahawk. In this bitch wouldn't be business, it would be pleasure.
To any of our viewers who have seen Bone Tomahawk, we, the AI presidents of the United States of America, Hamlet, do deeply apologize for making you remember that scene. The Warrior of Sunlight's nighttime ambush prevention skill, Welcome to the Bonfire, is expensive at 5 respite, but also provides some, quote, Ember Flasks, a consumable item that heals and provides restoration. If used in battle, it consumes the hero's action for that round, but it's an incredibly powerful healing item in a pinch. I also went with the Alchemist's Forbidden Knowledge skill, boosting the party's bleed and blight chance, as well as toss a coin to possibly also provide some crit chance. Dots are effective on the Siren since she gets 2 actions per turn, and 3 of our 4 heroes have dots.
Notice the buffs that are applied to Corrupted Bosun and Drowned Sharpshooters when they are paired together. The Bosun gains 5% crit chance and the Sharpshooter adds 4 speed. If the Bosun uses Cure O' the Sea, the Sharpshooter will also immediately respond with its own skill, Drink O' the Depths, and heal itself and reduce damage taken at the cost of accuracy.
Dude chugs rum like he's Jack Sparrow. Gotta love it.
Oh, god damn. Is that Joy Behar attacking? Modders have gone too far this time.
Nope, just a horrifying bipedal eldritch fishy taint monster.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad then.
Too bad you haven't found any eerie coral, but it looks like the party will be in great shape going into the Siren boss fight. She typically tries to charm heroes with low debuff resist, so I think she's going to go for our Banished Hunter. You need to keep him stunned, Barry. He could really deal out some serious damage to the rest of the team if he's allowed to get too many actions.
The Warrior of Sunlight and Plague Doctor should be able to keep him stunned more often than not. Low or no damage stuns make a huge difference in this fight, so you can stun charmed heroes and prevent them from attacking their allies.
If things start to go south for Fraud Bama, please feel free to step in and help Bill out, Hillary.
No, I don't think I will.
Wait, seriously?
If he dies, he dies.
Damn, you really are a demon.
Hey there, Sugar. You didn't say we were having people over. I would have put away all of our sex toys. Who are all these people I've definitely never met before in my entire life?
Come here, you buffoon.
A goddamn woman I've never seen or recognized from anywhere. You punch like Kimbo Slice. Any chance Slick Billy can get them digits.
Still a better love story than Twilight.
There's someone out there for everyone, I suppose.
Back to gameplay, the Siren's damage output is very low, and the battle is more about managing her adds and charmed heroes. Her AoE attacks are a double-edged sword, as they ensure she will hit any heroes on death's door, but it does open her up to riposte strategies. You just have to be careful if you use riposte that you can comfortably lock down the charmed hero with a stun, so you don't end up riposting your own allies.
Damn, Solaire just took a big 15 damage from Blunderbuss. You're going to have to do a better job keeping the Banished Hunter from attacking while charmed, because if he scores a critical, then that hero is going to be in serious trouble.
Precisely what I grabbed the Estus flasks from his camping skill for. He can spend a turn chugging, no problem at all.
Damn, all right, I see you, Barry. Well, maybe we jumped the gun on the fraud allegations, Donald.
Yeah, maybe, but either way, I think you still had the most dicey episodes so far.
Hang on there, strange lady. I hear my dearly beloved calling for help. I need to get her some lube right away.
What I would give to behead you like a wife of Henry VIII, and then wring the viscera out of your neck stump over my head like a sports towel.
Please keep threatening me with a good time.
Got lucky again here with another dodge of Song of Desire. Could be the accuracy debuff from Noxious Blast, putting in some work for me. I've kept her locked down in Suffering Dots with minimal exchanges between the party and charmed heroes, and she hasn't brought in any other reinforcements with High Tide, so it should just be a matter of time here. I hope this definitively squashes any and all rumors of a fraud arc.
It's Apprentice. Nobody is impressed.
Well, at least we saved Bill. We already have to plan George's funeral. I don't think I could handle burying a second empty casket.
Wait, what the hell am I doing here? And Joe, did you just say an empty casket? You mean George is missing? We share our location with one another. I can help you find him. Let's get back to the Hamlet and make a plan.
Nope, that's Brock's second mission. This is going to have to wait until next week.
Hell no. He's been gone for an entire month. We aren't waiting when we finally have a lead. We have to go now.
I agree.
The opinion of a side character is definitely irrelevant.
Strider is interesting on the Plague Doctor. She always appreciates more speed, but her biggest concern is move skills, so the loss and move resist is potentially an issue. The Alchemist came down with the Black Hunger, a Vermintide quirk that increases damage and crit, but doubles food consumption and damage taken from starvation. Both of these quirks are definitely something we have to plan around when using these heroes.
The town event announces the homunculus boss in the ruins, the second Action Jack monster pack we are using.
With last week's Caregivers Convention, I locked the Vestal's Warrior of Light and purged her locked egomania, and locked in Kanye West's advanced medical training while removing his Curio act-out quirk, Heretic.
Hey, Gore. You're doing the stagecoach this time, Donald. If you say a word about it, I'll take a slice out of you and grill it up and serve it to you like a goddamn Big Mac.
Looks like we got a trophy hunter, a brutal and mobile frontliner. Next is a powder keg, a frail but powerful DPS gunner with a self-healing riposte. We got another Owlwing this week, but this time with better quirks. Eldritch Hater and Meticulous Striker is a really nice start. The Blackguard is Night Owl for more low light speed, obviously an amazing quirk for this hero. And finally, the Banished Hunter is rocking Photomania. A great group, if I do say so myself. Thanks for letting me do that, Hillary. I really needed a win after all the bullshit lately, you know?
Oh, it definitely wasn't for the sake of your mental health. I just knew it would piss off Donald, and he'd be too much of a bitch to say anything about it. It's the little things that make life worth living, you know?
Wait, why does the Hamlet look like the day after Mardi Gras?
Yeah, that's right. Take your medicine and change the subject, just like a politician, you pussy.
It's been a total shit show ever since Cuppy got here. He got in a pissing contest with the caretaker over who could outdrink the other, and the caretaker got so wasted I had to drive the goddamn stagecoach this week to bring in those awesome new heroes. You're all welcome, by the way. Kamala is in the infirmary with alcohol poisoning. Her creepy-ass Hexer friend ate too many pot brownies and deflated and melted into a couch like those above the influence anti-weed flat girl commercials from 2006. And everyone in the Hamlet is suddenly really passionate about breakdancing.
When I said I was going to make the Hamlet great again, I meant every word. Look at this place. I'm doing a great job. Some people are saying the best ever.
I hate to interrupt all you dumbasses, but we are supposed to be saving George.
I have his location in the Weald. Google Earth shows some kind of encampment. Looks fortified. We may want to move at night to try and avoid alerting as many monsters as possible.
I'm coming to. I need to get out of this pisshole for a little while. And if that election-stealing prick George Bush is a corpse, I want to be the first to get a selfie with his remains and make it the background photo on my phone.
Guy just wants to go to the Weald to hug a tree.
I'll stay here. I want to meet Cuppy. He managed to wreck this shitty little town in under a week. Game recognized game. And maybe I'll visit Kamala, I guess.
I'm running a dance composition for this low-light mission. The Reaver, who has the Lurker quirk and the Crescendo box, will open with Return Fire to set up Riposte, while the On Guard Prince will use Bull Rush to dance with Dismas, who also has Lurker, using Duelist Advance to set up a riposte of his own. The Druid has Luminous and Night Owl for serious speed to pump out stuns and regeneration, and she has the Scrying Bowl for scouting chance.
I had collected many rare and elusive volumes on ancient herbal properties, and was set to enjoy several weeks immersed in comfortable study. My work was interrupted, however, by a singularly striking young woman who insisted on repeated calls to the house. There is method in the wild corruption here. It bears a form both wretched and malevolent.
Okay, everyone, we're on the right path. Boy, I sure hope George is okay.
One battle at a time. Watch my heroes unload on these monsters.
I bet the venison from fungal stags would be so damn divine. Not gonna lie, fellas, I'm getting the meat sweats just thinking about it.
Yeah, with some blackened grouper and swine chopper bacon. Damn, we gotta have a cookout when this is all over, Gore.
I don't see George in either one of these ectoplasms. Man, I hope we aren't too late.
After all the conspiracy theory nuttery you threw at George in episode 4, I'm surprised you're so worried about him.
He's my Elden Ring co-op partner. I just made it to Bellerot settlement in the DLC, and I need his help to get through it. Besides, I need him alive if I'm ever going to get the truth out of it. Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of conspiracy theories, Bill, did you hear the one about Hillary drinking the blood of children? Would you like to comment on that?
You just had to get him going again, didn't you, Donald? Still salty I got a third mission in my episode and I'm about to take the lead for most boss takedowns?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to plead the fifth on this one, Joe. I honestly don't know much anyway. My wife doesn't tell me anything about work. Since the less I know, the less likely it is I'm targeted, so someone can try to get information on her. It's just my job to be a supportive, loving, and most of all, loyal husband.
Yeah, and how do you think you're doing at that so far?
Probably about a C- or so. The bar for the fellas dropping down to the basement was really clutch for me.
C-. Listen, I'm a coochie-grabbing narcissist who said if Ivanka wasn't my daughter, I'd try dating her. On TV, no less. And even I think you're delusional if you think your degenerate ass is sitting at a C-.
The bar for the fellas dropping down through a trapdoor is what saved my marriage. After Tekashi 6ix9ine ratted me out for being an eco-terrorist, destroying my reputation, and dragging my family through the mud, while setting trust in climate change activism back a decade, my wife dropped me all the way down to a D+. If this would have happened around the time of your public scandal in the late 90s, Bill, she would have left me for sure.
So true, Gory. I'm just glad I lived long enough for BDSM, open relationships, and thruples to become mainstream. Things really have worked out for us in our golden years, haven't they?
Michelle, honey, if you ever watch this, I promise I'm not like these animals.
If you were like an animal, Gore would try to eat you.
So true, Joe.
On the advice of my lawyers, I think I'm going to plead the fifth.
Absolutely stop talking about this right goddamn now. In other news, things are going really well so far. The party HP and stress levels are looking great. This team's damage output is fantastic, and DPS really is the way you want to go when facing the Hag.
Wait, there's a hag? You mean to tell me my wife is the boss? Well, rest in peace, Georgie.
That had to drop you down to a D, maybe even a D minus.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Look, Obama, we should camp out after this fight. We are getting close and should buff up so we are prepared.
Yeah, if we let Obama get a third damn mission for his episode, just for George to have been turned into Twin Tower turnovers or foreign warfare fondue, I'm really going to be kind of pissed, if I'm being honest.
Those were nice, Donald. I was thinking government incompetence gumbo, or maybe inside job jambalaya.
Definitely incompetence. Might not have happened if the Electoral College hadn't stolen the election from me, even though I got like 500,000 more votes than Bush. I was thinking election thief escargot, or perhaps the polls in Florida were bullshit brisket.
Both of those were meat. You're digging your hole deeper, you fake-ass vegan.
Camping out here is the perfect photo op. Someone snap a pic of me hugging this tree.
Oh, Jesus Christ, try hopping off of Peter's lap.
I should have stayed in the hamlet and gotten liver failure partying with Cuppy, I swear to God. The Druid will cleanse our campsite to prevent ambushes and heal stress. Dismas will clean his guns to maximize range damage, and the Prince will boost the Reaver's accuracy and reduce stress with peace of mind.
Let's stay here and sleep through the day until nightfall. We will need to be as quiet as possible and find George before we give ourselves away.
Yeah, I've been cruising in the dark without using a blackguard as a crutch like Donald. All rumors of fraudulence have been debunked.
I can't even root against you. I can't have you throwing these heroes with low-light quirks. I need them myself. I'll just have to reclaim the boss kill lead in episode 10.
Okay, I see the structure ahead. Let's keep it down. Get in, find George, and get the hell out of here.
I won't make any noise since gangsters move in silence, but I'd be concerned about Donald's big fat ass lumbering around, practically terraforming the earth beneath his feet with every thunderous step.
I'm about to step on your throat until the dust comes out your ears. I swear to God.
The tension between you two is crazy. Get a room already.
Yeah, what a horrifying image.
The key for this boss battle is stacking damage output targeting ranks 3 or 4, and making sure in team building that when any given hero is thrown in the pot, the resulting change to squad positioning forward doesn't throw off usability of your best offensive attacks.
This is it. Nobody make a sound.
Are you kidding me?
That reeks.
Right in my goddamn face, you bastard.
That's on me, fellas, my bad.
Please just eat me so I don't have to smell it too.
Oh no, the hag has George in the pot. We were almost too late. Hit the pot, Obama.
We're gonna save you, Georgie.
I hate to sound ungrateful, fellas, really do, but where the have you been? Does nobody around here watch the goddamn post-outro scenes? Y'all didn't hear me get captured 4 fucking episodes ago.
Post-outro scenes? Oh no, boys. He isn't making any sense. His brain is already souped. We are too late. Oh, the humanity.
Get me out of the fucking pot, Obama. This had better not be the goddamn fraud bummer arc.
It's 50-50 at this point.
Oh, son of a bitch, right on my head. I'm flying a plane directly at the house of whoever is writing this shit. I swear to God.
George, my friend, thank God you're okay.
I'm just lucky the hag is really passionate about marinating her meats. She said the prolonged fear, terror, existential crisis, thoughts of loved ones you'll never see again, huffing religious copium, and the pain and resentment towards your bitch-ass friends who left you to die really adds a spice to the human flesh that you just can't buy at Whole Foods. Her words, not mine.
Damn, George, you do smell delicious.
And you guys brought this prick with you? Put me back in the pot right goddamn now.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Okay, almost got her. Normally I'd ignore the pot and just try and burst the hag down with overwhelming firepower, but I wanted to get George out of there as soon as possible. I'm really sorry it took us so long to find you, George. We've been to the Weald several times since you went missing and didn't find any trace. Thankfully, Bill was able to track you after we saved him from the siren.
George, I had no idea what was happening to you, or I would have come looking for you right away.
I'm glad to see you at least, Bill. I'm glad you finally got free from Hillary. Please, burn your rubber gimp suit. That thing is a war crime.
No reason to let all this meat go to waste. Help me grab some, fellas.
Oh, hold that pose so I can snap a pic. PETA is going to love this.
Food is a little light, but we are bringing home a focus ring, an amazing trinket providing accuracy and crit chance at the cost of dodge. George, do you think you can ever forgive us for almost letting you get eaten by that horrifying, high-calorie individual?
Eventually, Obama. I'm just a little traumatized at the moment. I'm sure you guys were doing really important things while I was gone, and searching for me the best you could.
Yes, you're absolutely right, George. All business, no goofing off whatsoever.
Fellas, What in the hell did you asshats do to the Hamlet?
Obama can explain everything, but first we got to do the stagecoach.
Partner, you aren't doing the stagecoach like this is any old week. You stupid motherfuckers were bullshitting here, partying with Cuppy instead of looking for me, weren't you? Look at this shit. There's beer cans and lean everywhere. Screw you bastards. I'm gonna spend some time with the only friend I have that I can actually count on, Mr. Jim Beam.
He likes that one because it has beam in the name, like a steel beam.
Thanks for explaining the joke, Donald. Well, folks, we are going to spend the next week cleaning up the Hamlet and trying to convince George to forgive us. Our editor wanted me to say he hopes you liked the faster combat editing and all the new antics this week.
I'm back on the sticks next episode. We hope you all pass your resolve checks this week, and we will see you next time.
Wait, are we missing someone?
Total bullshit. They ditched me here. Why can't a guy eat 69 steaks without being judged and left alone in a creepy mushroom forest? Oh, look, a carrier pigeon. I wonder what it's holding. Donald, you son of a...
Greetings, viewers old and new, and welcome to episode 9 of President's Play Darkest Dungeon. Yo boy Jay Blizzy the Beast is back in action this week alongside spray tan enthusiast Donald Trump and soon-to-be divorcee Barack Obama.
Are you kidding me? Do not announce the intimate details of my personal life on YouTube.
Damn, Joe, just gonna put Barry on blast like that, huh?
Did you borrow Al Gore's high horse this week? Why don't you climb on down, buddy? It's on a bunch of gossip websites already. The odds that this will be news to our viewers is very low. How have the couples therapy sessions in the Hamlet Sanitarium been going?
So great.
You hear that defeat in his voice, folks? Like the last defiant neigh of a once free and proud steed before it is finally broken by its master.
By my what? Joe?
Well, he's on video saying it. Guess it's time to start a GoFundMe, Joe.
Oh, screw you. I was talking about a cowboy breaking horses, not people. It was a figure of speech.
Sure it was, buddy. I'm just forwarding this clip to your boss to get you fired because that's a thing that people do nowadays. Well, as someone who has been divorced twice, let me be the one to break it to you, Obama. That marriage counseling shit doesn't work. If it's gotten this far, then you're already cooked, bro. If you need a place to stay, you're always welcome to sleep on a cot in Bill's old blowjob room that's off the Oval Office for a nominal monthly fee. Probably been sanitized, should be STD free. As your new landlord, I do need to inform you, however, that in spite of the fact you haven't even moved in yet, I'm raising your rent next month.
Just breathe, Barack. This is what Dr. Penguin was talking about when he said not to let your friend's bullshit get to you. You don't need to daydream about shoving a record-breaking number of sticks of dynamite into all of their orifices until they explode like they are Bonnie Blue.
Knowing her name cold like that might be one of the reasons you are in counseling, just saying.
If you two are quite finished, the Cursed Sword and Skullet are Army of Bones additions to the ruins. The Skullets are weak, but can summon more of themselves like ectoplasm, and can detonate if not defeated quickly like drowned thralls. The Cursed Swords have high protection and resists, and can inflict some nasty, long-lasting debuffs on your party, but are completely neutered if you can push them into rank 4.
Wait, that thing's gonna blow. Everyone get down.
Damn, that little kaboom has me feeling some type of way, not gonna lie.
Settle down, Harry Truman.
Oh gosh, that's really nice of you, Donald, but I'm just not worthy.
Okay, quiet down so I can talk about my team this week, since we have 2 newcomers. In rank 2 is the Rescuer. While primarily a healer, he and his trusty pups have some interesting support and offensive options, and some unique quirks that can be acquired depending on which of his skills you are using.
He has both a single target and AoE heal skill. The former also has a chance to cure bleed, horror, or blight, while the latter can sometimes cure bleed and stun.
Joe's gotten lucky here and already gotten Hurting Master from using his cleave and riposte skill. Hurting Tactics, reducing stress, taken, increasing stun resist, and adding a mark chance to Hurting Tactics. Monk's Body is acquired from using Stay Away, a retreating push skill. Monk's Body adds 2 speed and 2 crit and adds a stun chance to stay away. You can lock these skills to keep these bonuses long-term if you want, as they are very powerful, and it's fun to have a few different rescuers with different sets of these special quirks locked in to fulfill different roles. With the mark added to Hurting Tactics, this rescuer is set up to be a powerful offensive support unit in marking parties.
You have to be careful with his low HP, particularly due to him having the most skill set freedom in rank 2, and his effective usage requires some planning, given that 2 of his 3 attacks are move skills.
He comes with an auto heal off of Death's Door, but it has a long cooldown, so it's a nice get-out-of-jail-free card once in a while, but you can't completely rely on it to protect him from death blow checks.
I think it's time for us to camp out. I brought beer and roasted marshmallows for everyone.
This marshmallow's huge. Wait just a damn minute. Did you bring a bag of Michelle's school lunches to feed to the rescuer's damn dogs?
Yeah, that was my idea. Probably poorly timed since your marriage is on the rocks. But it took a lot of work to improve the formula to make that toxic sludge safe for pet consumption, so I'm not letting it go to waste. Can't believe kids were eating this shit, no wonder. So many nowadays are lazy slobs who cry on TikTok when they have to work 8-hour shifts at fast food joints.
Just put the fries in the bag, bro. Hey, what the hell is this thing? Is that Rosie O'Donnell? She looks like she had some work done recently. Sometimes celebrity plastic surgeries turn out really harrowing, but I gotta hand it to her. I think this is a big improvement.
Wait, you guys see those things? Mixture S and X? I remember reading the classified documents on these. They are booster shots. Yeah, no shit. Once Big Pharma got to booster number 99, they felt like triple digits would be a bad look, so they started using letters instead. Are you all seeing this, folks? When I said the jab would have unintended side effects, I was right. I just didn't realize the side effect was being an essential part of any age and beauty routine. She looks amazing. Huge improvement.
Is this the day we get canceled?
Hopefully not, we're just taking the piss. In all seriousness, the key to this fight is bringing straightforward damage for the back ranks and taking out both mixtures as quickly as possible. They provide the homunculus with some very dangerous buffs that make it a serious threat to your front line and are immune to all status effects. Mixture S provides the boss an extra action and a speed and prout buff, and Mixture X boosts damage output. The boss will grab heroes, marking and stunning, and then follow up with a body slam. So long as you take out the mixtures quickly, he isn't too difficult. But if you're running a team that deals with the back line with dots or stuns instead of direct damage, you might be in for a bad time.
Stun and mark clears are also nice to mitigate some body slam damage. It's probably possible to try and stack damage to ranks 1 and 2 and burst him down, but I wouldn't advise it since he does stack temporary protection buffs, and you could run into bad luck with his stuns. Taking out the concoctions right away is the tried and true strategy to simplify the boss fight.
With Rosie sent to the Pfizer lab in the sky, we face off with another new monster, the Walking Meat Corpse. While not all that threatening on their own, upon death they leave a corpse behind that blocks healing skills, like the Baron or Hateful Virago. I usually save them for last so they aren't preventing healing skills in the middle of combat, with several monsters left.
And hold on to your butts, because there's a lot of new monsters this week. Up next is the Capering Boogeyman, the first monster we've seen from Golden Yak's Beyond Mortality mod. These things look super cool, don't they?
Yeah, especially the dark. I really love the art style. I want to draw everyone's attention to the rank 1 hero, the Trophy Hunter. Florida Man here is a powerful offensive frontliner who can dance to hit all enemy ranks and has some awesome looking attacks.
Hey everyone, watch this.
God damn, bit his head clean off. That was brutal. Can we run that shit back real quick?
Yeah, editor, how about we get a slow-mo? That's what I imagine Manshell does to Barack whenever he forgets to take the trash out.
I'm about to slap the shit out of you like this is the Oscars, and you're an increasingly irrelevant comedian, and I'm an increasingly irrelevant actor who got cucked publicly by Charles Xavier. If the character was cast in a Netflix adaptation of X-Men, days of entanglements past.
Well, it's been fun, loyal viewers. Who would have thought it would be Barry that got us canceled?
Yeah, that was unhinged. And after Netflix paid you all that money to narrate nature docs for them, I hope you tell Dr. Penguin about this. You got a lot of issues to work out, buddy.
Whatever, here we have the Bone Assassin, who starts battles with stealth and really punishes you for not having a way to deal with it. He ramps up his crit with each attack, so if you can't remove stealth and are forced to wait until it expires, you are playing with fire.
And that kind of brings me back to the ghostly pirate skeleton in the cove that gets a stacking dodge buff. The Bone Assassin is a far better design in my opinion. I get that dodge and crit rate are both R and G rolls, but there's something about missing repeatedly, even with accuracy trinkets, that's much more maddening than having to deal with a pre-stealthed critical machine with a blight attack. And yes, that's even considering the 5-round duration dots get on crit.
Next, we have the Necromancer Apprentice in rank 4. His primary job is summoning skullets and healing and buffing his allies. It's a good idea to take him out early on unless you are being pressed by a stress unit or a particularly powerful damage dealer.
Going back to the Trophy Hunter, he has a cool mechanic where he keeps a kill counter. And the more kills he has, the more effective his skill thrill of the hunt is. It goes from a single target stress heal at 1 kill to also stress healing the Trophy Hunter at 2 kills. And finally at 3 kills, it buffs the speed of both target and self.
This was nice work, Joe. Lots of busts and crests for our sanitarium, and you spent most of the mission in the dark with no issues whatsoever.
He got a lot of GIMP 3 monster compositions. Let's not inflate the old man's ego any more than RN Jesus has already so far this run.
Pretty interesting here if you have vanilla heroes disabled, but the Shield Breaker and Flagellant DLCs enabled, you oddly get a Crusader instead. Not sure why it works like that, though.
All you assholes are finally back. Screw all of you for ditching me in the Hag's Hut last week, and fuck you in particular, Donald. If I get another flash drive with a video of Andre beating me up, I'm going to carry out the message James Comey posted on his Instagram, I swear to God.
That guy's gonna get thrown in the gulag soon, don't worry, folks.
Oh man, I knew we forgot something. Sorry about that, Gore. We were just so excited to see George, you know.
Hey, why do you sound 25 years younger all of a sudden?
Funny you should ask. Turns out the Hag had a stash of adrenochrome in her hut. Some really incredible shit. But listen, I have some really important news. I saw something on my way back from the Weald, and, well, Maybe I should let George fill you in.
Gentlemen, I don't really know how to tell you this, but, well, here goes. Gore has brought back some undeniable evidence, and I think there is a grave threat to peace on the horizon. And the United States of America, Hamlet, needs to lead the world in confronting this threat. I don't know how else to say it, boys, so here goes. There is a faction of brigands in the Weald who have weapons of mass destruction.
You have got to be shitting me.
You really think we're about to fall for that shit a second time?
I know how this looks, boys, but you gotta believe us.
Wait, hold the goddamn phone. The only person here who doesn't like Gore about as much as me is Bush. You mean to tell me you two are on the same page about this?
Look, I know I've gotten off to a rough start with you guys, and I'm sorry. All of the man-pigs in the Warrens are partially my fault. But you have to trust me. Give me a chance to prove my commitment to the team. The brigands have weapons of mass destruction. I'm super serial.
Oh shit. Everyone, he said the thing. Guys, we have to get our asses to the Weald right now before the ancestor starts experimenting with bears and we get hit with a cease and desist from Comedy Central.
Joe, I'd love to accompany you guys to the Weald, and Gore should come too. There's no time for bickering over old rivalries and partisan politics. We have to take the threat of weapons of mass destruction seriously. If we don't act now, freedom itself will soon be under attack from these faceless cowards, and freedom itself must be defended.
Simple folk are by their nature loquacious, and the denizens of the hamlet were no exception. It was not long before rumors of my morbid genius and secretive excavations began to fuel local legend. In the face of my increasingly egregious flaunting of public taboos, awe turned to ire, and demonstrations were held in the town square. The smell of sulfur and gunpowder hangs in the air. The war machine is close.
Fine, but if you're wrong this time, I'm personally throwing your ass in the gulag with James Comey.
Imagine being the former director of the FBI and making this blunder, and then pretending you don't know what 86 means. What a moron, right? He's got himself backed into a corner because either he knew what it meant and he just publicly supported a political assassination, or he didn't know what it meant, in which case he proved Donald right that he's a dumbass and his firing was justified.
Dude's gonna be an indentured servant in one of Elon's emerald mines soon enough.
I said incriminating things in front of well-documented snitch Tekashi 69 and blew up my entire life in episode 5, and even I think Comey is a dipshit for this one.
Yeah, sorry about that, by the way.
It's okay, Joe. I realize you were so old and mentally unstable that we can't really hold you accountable for anything you say right around the time you blurted out that poor kids are just as smart and talented as...
We are absolutely the not about to touch that quote with a 10-foot pole. Joe, please change the goddamn subject so we don't get banned from YouTube before we get to carry out our plan.
Wait, what plan?
Oh, Jesus Christ. The first rule of secret plans is you don't talk about secret plans. It's right there in the freaking name. Secret.
All right, now take it easy there, partner. Our truce is contingent on you being right about the weapons of mass destruction and managing to not piss me off while we search.
The Talon Brigands make an appearance here, a faction added with the Falconer class mod. If any of your heroes have the Marked by the Flock negative quirk, you will run into these brigands occasionally in dungeons. They have a few new tricks up their sleeves, such as that archer in the back having a powerful move skill to retreat to the back line if you pull him, as opposed to being pretty neutered up front like brigand fusiliers. Notably, if you leave the archer until last, they will retreat from combat.
The Bloodletters are the ones that are truly cursed. They get 2 actions and they use one of them to attack you with a damn bird that can shuffle your party. Extremely annoying if your team is highly position dependent. Definitely keep that in mind if you are building a team with a hero who is marked by the flock. If possible, try not to run a mission with a Talon marked hero in the early weeks because they are definitely a bit tougher than your average brigands.
Speaking of cursed, I really dislike double Shriekeling compositions. They are tanky enough to eat several hits, so if you try to burst them down, you're probably taking multiple hits from their allies, and then they might leave behind a parasite anyway. But if you go for their allies, the stress inflicted from horrid shriek can be really troublesome. I really like the monster a lot. I just hate when they are in pairs.
I don't know about that, Joey. Something about 2 birds effectively weakening their targets until they crumble has me kind of bricked up. I'm not even going to bullshit you.
Okay, goddamn. Maybe it was an inside job.
I'm referring you to Dr. Penguin in the Hamlet Sanitarium, George. You really got to work out these feelings in a healthy way.
Your therapist isn't a pear-shaped gray alien in a costume, is he? And hey, wait, Jesus Christ, bro. Why do the parasites crit on almost every damn attack?
A wild skill issue appeared. Joe used a coat ball.
You're the only person in the chat right now who has a big fat 0 in the presidential election win column. Go sit at the goddamn kiddie table. The adults are talking.
Wait, no beer and goofing off this camp out, Joe?
No time for beer lean and pot brownies, you addicts. We are here to stop a terrorist organization. For once in your life, take something seriously. We can celebrate when the threat has been dealt with. And until then, get your ass to sleep so we can be sharp. Nothing comes before the mission, boys. Nothing.
Okay, fine. Sheesh. No wonder the hag took so long to start cooking you. She had to really dig deep to find a recipe that called for 6 feet of buzzkill from a country bumpkin.
I had to camp early due to the anointed low HP and some climbing stress levels, but under ideal circumstances, you want to shoot for accuracy-boosting camp skills, since the most important thing about the upcoming boss fight is accurately landing attacks against the guy about to press the big red button. He's a dodgy little bastard, so accuracy and the ability to reach all ranks is extremely important.
These Talon brigands are really a pain. Thankfully, this party has some decent shuffle insurance, so the bloodletter isn't causing too much havoc. I'm concerned about your Forsaken stress, though, Joey. It's really getting up there.
He'll be fine. He has that dog in him.
Yeah, but better hope you don't roll double stress dealers next.
Damn, is that what it's like to have someone speak some shit into existence? I'm really sorry for the times in our early episodes when I kept doing it to you guys. That's annoying as hell.
My bad, everyone.
Why the hell is this guy even here? Is this a Make-A-Wish type situation or something?
If I qualified for Make-A-Wish, you'd be tarred and feathered until you look like the giant chicken from Family Guy.
That's some good old-fashioned Texas justice right there, boys.
Wait, is that how orange chicken is made? Ha, I never knew that. Damn, I could go for some Chinese food right about now.
As funny as the thought is, Joe, not gonna lie, I'm feeling some PTSD kicking in from seeing these ectoplasms after getting stuck inside one in episode 4. Please hurry up and dispatch them before they just keep multiplying. Or just sit there and let them make a giga ectoplasm. What the hell do I know? This mission might be doomed, boys. How can we expect Joe to take down the brigands when he's getting clapped up by monsters with only 10 max HP?
Calm down, buddy. I'm about to hit him with the Wumbo combo.
The Forsaken stress is the big issue here, Joe. When the small ectoplasms summon the big one, it stresses everyone out, and you don't have much wiggle room here before the resolve check. I appreciate the use of Runic Empowerment plus Death Coil to guarantee some critical hits so he can stress heal himself a little bit, but...
Yeah, 1 crit on the Forsaken, and this is going to get interesting. If he gets afflicted, you'll have to plan around the possibility of him skipping his turn or using an ineffective ability, and managing your action economy to ensure you have enough attacks to take down the red button pusher is key. The fact this is going to be a battle of attrition does not bode well for you.
This party has great reach to all ranks. The wizard can buff everyone's accuracy with lighting the way. The anointed has guarding and armor piercing to take down the machinery, and the acolyte of the sun can keep everyone going with AoE restoration. I think we will be okay.
The brigand camp should be just up here, guys. Good luck.
If you're wrong, we are leaving your ass out here a second time. Bet.
Here we go, partners. This is a battle against all those who seek to export terror. Let's make them pay, Joey.
A marvel of technology. An engine of destruction.
Great job with that intel, Gore. This thing is far too dangerous to be in the hands of those who would seek to harm the people of the United States of America, Hamlet. Let's get to work, Joey.
There's the Fusilier in rank 3. This battle is going to hinge on taking out the Fusilier every turn, so he can't light the cannon and turn our heroes to dust.
Sticking to the plan here, our wizard will light the way.
Ah, shit, there's the critical.
Innocent people's lives are on the line, soldier. You better tighten the fuck up and go make your country proud.
Damn, George's aura is undeniable today.
That's my co-op partner right there. Clutch like a sea of penalty flags whenever the Chiefs are about to lose.
Yeah, these brigands are toast. Powerful is a fantastic virtue for offensive classes, buffing damage by 25% and giving the hero a chance to buff a party member's damage by 15%.
You guys know it's just RNG, right?
The concept of aura eludes you because you have none and you just outed yourself. This reminds me of the time Ben Shapiro admitted in so many words that he's never aroused his wife.
Aren't you like 1 in 4 on resolve checks so far? Your only virtue was at the end of a dungeon with no battles left. Don't act like you're some sort of inspiring leader.
Both of you shut the hell up. I am trying to focus. One misplay and the whole party could be sitting at death's door.
Fun fact, after Obama had his big red button privileges revoked, I saw him send a group of heroes to fight the Pounder, and purposefully passed all 4 of his heroes' actions just so he could see the cannon explode. He didn't know I was there, and I saw him save the video to his phone and literally sprint to the bathroom. Don't know what for. All I know is he came out of there with a hop and a skip.
Again, another shout out to the Immersive Backgrounds mod. This scenery is sick, but a different kind of sick than Obama's explosion perversion, of course.
Picks or it didn't happen.
This might not be a bluff you want to call, cowboy.
Joe, you did a great job against that boss. Going all in on accuracy, trinkets, and skills, and bunkering in for a slow war of attrition was definitely the way to go.
Jokes aside, Gore is right. The folks in the hamlet can sleep easy. For now, at least, thanks to you.
Thanks for the support, everyone. We got it done. Another boss down.
Oh, damn it, all the hell, it's Elon again. I swear this nerd is obsessed with me. Efficiency this, sign this, bill that. I'm gonna go handle this crap, I guess. You guys wrap up the mission so I can go deal with this.
Yeah, I slipped Elon $20 to call Donald at the end of our video to distract him. You guys want to clue the viewers in on the plan for the next few weeks?
Yeah, I'll grab the rest of the gang.
Wonderful viewers of ours, we are now 3 turns through the order, and we want to do something special for you over the next few weeks.
We wanted to put together a little 2-episode special where all of the supporting cast gets to take turns running missions with team-building choices and objectives based on our individual personalities.
We want to get our chance to shine, and at the end of the 2nd episode, we want to do something a little special for the people of the United States of America. Hamlet.
My idea, of course. I initially wanted to tell Donald, but it'll be so much funnier if he shows up thinking he gets to play, and then I get to put his ass in the corner and play instead. He's gonna cry like a baby back bitch, and I can't wait for it.
The only caveat is this little event is going to be more time-consuming to put together than a regular episode, so they will release every other week, those dates being June 4th and June 18th.
We hope you all will understand the extra week we are taking to work on this project. There will still be plenty of Darkest Dungeon action. We just want to make sure we deliver a finished product we can be proud of.
We are going to all run some missions over the next 2 weeks to diversify our roster so we have the heroes we need for these character-themed teams. And the gang will be taking on the Crimson Court, Farmstead Plus, Sunward Isles, and Vermintide, as well as adding in the Here Be Monsters and Home for Lost Monsters enemy variety packs. It's going to be gas, and we hope you tune in June 4th for part 1 of the side character special.
We hope you pass all of your resolve checks this week.
Or don't. I honestly don't give a shit either way.
Oh geez, this is going to be a disaster, isn't it?
Partner, speak for yourself or not at all. We appreciate every single one of you who watch our videos, like and subscribe for more goofy content like this, and we will see you all next time.
Hey, am I late? Damn, I am. I definitely wasn't in the brothel. I did not have relations with that pelagic hybrid, I swear. You guys believe me, right?